What's going on, everybody? Mike Palladino from Evolution Grappling Academy in Beacon, New York. I'm here with my Sambo coach, Master Vlad Kulikov, and today I've been getting a lot of requests lately for some straight footlocks or footlocks in general. So today I have Vlad here, and we're going to go over some of the basics of an actual ankle lock. So without further ado, we're going to start from my closed guard here. Vlad pries it open, whatever route he takes, gets it open. Go ahead, Vlad.
Alright guys, in order to apply leg lock, you have to grapevine legs, which basically means that I have to have alternating leg pattern. If my leg is like this, I'm on the outside, there's stuff you can do. I'll show you maybe later. If your legs are in between Mike's legs, you're like in a bad position. Yeah, you'll be swept to either side. So usually you'll post one up or you'll spread one out. So what I'm getting in, you want to get alternating leg pattern. Mine, his, alright? Like in kindergarten, so just like this. Now, a couple points of references how you start, couple schools, and neither one is completely excellent or completely bad. It's just like you decipher it for yourself. You see how it is. Like a catch wrestlers or Sambo like mentality is to have this leg up. Because once I do here, without any control with anything else, once I tilt my knee, you see it goes this way. I set him up. I create enough hip pressure for him to roll and expose this leg for toe hold, heel hook, or straight ankle lock in our case. Okay, it's a great setup. However, why is it not dangerous? What's the minus? What's the con? The con is that he knows exactly what's being done. If he knows anything about leg locks, he knows from the get-go this is a setup for ankle lock. So he might fade out, take precaution, yada yada yada. Very often I will start with this knee. Okay, I will lack hip pressure whatsoever. There's no hip pressure at all, or whatever. But what it will propel me, or might propel me into, is into passing game, okay? And I found, mixing up Jiu-Jitsu and Sambo, that leg locks and guard passing, they go like this. If you legitimately threaten a good guy, even brown black belt, with good leg locks, sometimes you can pass his guard, and I do it, and I'm not a good guard passer, okay? Or vice versa, if you play pass, sometimes he'll get so sloppy because you sold him on upper body that you can snatch your leg. So they go hand in hand. Oh, yes. So this, all right, enough great control in the hip, however, predictability. Over here, not enough control on the hip, but open options. All right. So now, what I want to do, let's start from here. I want to grab the leg, it doesn't matter where. Eventually, the pressure goes, it's a short window, okay? It's from his heel to like beginning of his calf, like what, like 4 inches maybe. That's his Achilles tendon. Anything else is a calf. There are calf submissions, but you cannot apply calf submission by squeezing like this. There's different mechanisms of squeezing. I gotta be here. However, in order to initiate attack, I don't have to be here. I can be here, and I will usually post my hand and I will fall sideways, which is very important. Anytime you go flat back, he's gonna stuff my knee down, hop over, and you lose all the position. I'll show you a couple drills maybe after we're done, how to maintain a leg lock control. But that's what you're in danger of. Over here, if Mike gets up and tries to stop my knee down, I still have hip. It's like a vertical shrimping a little bit, okay? If I was on my hip, it'd be proper shrimping and all the way. I'm just on my elbow, okay? Just like this. And if he advances towards me, I can always adjust my position. Remember that any submission, regardless of what you're doing, is application of your entire body force against one limb. So you want to separate it, right? It's pretty simple. So this is my first separator. My instep is against Mike's butt crack. Very often people fall and they stiffen this leg out. Once again, that's like the worst thing you can do. He'll come right on top. So knee vertical. Knee, you should be able to see your knee. Okay, that's stop number one, but that's not sufficient completely. A second stopper, which is the key. Once you master grapevine, which I'm about to show you, you will master any leg lock. Grapevine is the key. A common mistake for a leg lock is going haphazard and too happy that you snatch the leg, that you forget about your own legs, and that will backfires. Once it backfires, you say, oh, leg locks are shit, you know? That's why leg locks are not respected. But if you do it correctly, it's devastating, okay? So what I want to do, I want to grapevine Mike's leg to control it. What I want to do, I don't want to bring my grapevine in a wide fashion, because if he intercepts it, now that's number one, defend, or if he goes like this, and somehow he's a little bit tougher than me, then he'll tap me. I don't want that. So the grapevine, knee to my chest, like I'm kneeing myself in the face or chest, and quick little snake. Sometimes when I wrestle and I get the legs, I get somebody's leg, my own legs do like their own job. You know what I'm saying? My upper body exists separately from my lower body. So boom, boom. Sometimes this is sufficient, but still not entirely. The best position, 100%, is when with this hand, I'll push this one and I'll hug this ankle. Sometimes the ankle will hide right away, but sometimes I need to create a little space, and it's very, very easy. Take that extra second, push, boom, and put the boot on. I forgot. Because if you toes pointing down, he can still do defense. So what I want to do, I want to tighten it up. You see what I'm doing? Yes, now you're screwed. And if you want to go into right leg knot, that's fine. But usually, this is fairly sufficient. If I wasn't his calf, I'll adjust. If I wasn't his Achilles, I don't have to adjust. Now let's talk about gripping real fast. Common Jiu-Jitsu foot lock is done with figure 4, which is a great grip. It's very strong grip. But what happens, due to the nature of it, what you're doing, you're applying the pressure with the fat part of your forearm, which is possible, but it will take a lot of time for me to, to penetrate my bone towards his Achilles tendon. So what I do, I go into shallow grip, like this, okay? And usually I do ass, palm, doing in other wrestling positions, but just for ankle lock, I grab like this, okay? Ball and socket is called, whatever, one-on-one, okay? I do guillotines, back control, and leg locks with this kind of control. You can do palm to palm as long as this thumb is up, all right? Just like this. If I do with a shallow grip like I'm supposed to, there's a little problem of a hole here where Mike can swing his leg. So in order to get rid of that, just pinch your elbow, simple as that. Like elbow goes, and it also puts a little, if I pinch my elbow, it puts a torque on your ankle. You feel it? Even without the grapevines. Okay, so I got the first stopper, boom, I got my grapevine, which is the key, reinforce 2 hands. And now the key point to execute the leg lock, actually finish it, is hipping in. It's not arching. Some people mistake arching with hipping in. No, no, no. It's a humping motion. It's like I'm humping his calf. And remember, as you go back, make sure that your arm, like once I bend it at 90-degree angle, that's where it stays. Very often, once you start arching and hipping in, it straightens out, hence losing the pressure. The only muscular power that you need is to keep this arm at 90-degree angle. Because once you start hipping in, it's like breaking a twig. Right there. And remember, that's universal setup, because the same way you can set up for a heel hook, or if you spin your hips a little bit, toe hold. So once you master that grapevine, you're good. Couple little things, guys. Couple little drills you can do. Once I get the leg lock, right, and I start hopping back, and Mike might have grabbed my neck or whatever, and he set up, it's very hard to apply my grapevine. So don't be foolish, don't try to separate, because if he knows anything, he'll stay with you. And the more you separate, in essence, you more pull him towards you and screw yourself over. Forget this, you have to reset. So keep his hand back, simply heist, pull it up, boom, reset. Okay, so that's the drill. I go for leg lock, Mike stop, I hop, pop it off, reset, only smarter this time. Okay, so this is a little good drill. Maintain control. Remember, another mantra of submission, grappling, or jiu-jitsu, or whatever, is position before submission. So if he grabs me, I'm not in position. So reset yourself in the fashion I showed you. Good little drill to warm up, and good little skill to apply.
Guys, subscribe to our channel. We'll have more stuff coming.
This is the guy to go to in Hudson Valley.
Thank you.